Central Washington University's annual Northwest Sport Management Summit connects students interested in sports business, coaching, or communication with industry professionals.
It's a thriving business field, all those fields dominated by men. But CapKVU's Emily Goodell tells us today's barrier-breaking speaker and panelists gave female students hope that their path might be a little easier.
Know your worth. Know your worth.
Amanda Ruler has known hers since she was 7, going to her first football game, the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
So I looked around and I said, Dad, why isn't there any girls playing? Why isn't there any girl coaches out there? And he looked at me and said, Amanda, you can do anything the boys can do. So since then, I had this limitless pursuit of what I could do as a woman in sports.
She went on to work for that team as an in-stadium game day host and then as their first ever female coach.
Fast forward, I made it to the NFL as the first female coach for the Seattle Seahawks as the assistant running backs coach.
But not without struggle and persisting despite constantly being told no.
Whenever you stand up for yourself and stand true in your convictions, not everyone's going to align with that or like you. But that's okay to me, is I'm not here to be liked by everyone. I'm here to do what I want to do in life.
I have had people hate on me. I was at a football stadium and somebody spit on me, saying women shouldn't coach. Now that's a tough one. And that should fire you up, because it did me. So I'm gonna coach even harder.
She looked to mentors for support and looked up to role models like Serena Williams.
People always put these women down and saying, you can't be, you're too loud, you're too masculine, you don't belong here. And I took those women and said, I want to be just like you. I want to shake things up because I belong here.
Now she's that inspiration for young women, like 24-year-old future softball pitching coach Rainey Harris.
She is super encouraging, and she's a go-getter, and I think that's it's good for females in sport to see that even in like a male industry she can make it. In sports you can kind of get lost in things, and you kind of think comments eat you alive, and just kind of being able to know your worth and know who you are and what you can bring to the table is super important.
21-year-old sport management major Lily Scott says that advice stuck with her too.
It was really exciting to hear her say it's okay to say no if you know that you're worth more than this.
Scott says it's a little tough when she's the only female in her classes, but it's not stopping her.
But it's been really exciting to look around and be like, I'm like one of the first in all these classes, and so it's cool that I'm just getting to kind of pave the way and stand on my own.
Northwest Center for Sport Director Sean Dolan says women make up 35% of CWU's sport management program, but he hopes this will encourage more women to join.
There's been just a lot of tradition and history that is wrong, in my opinion, and there are a lot more opportunities that are out there, and so we want to show that.
I take this as an opportunity to make it easier for the next people going forward, the next women, the next anybody that wants to get into a sport or whatever it may be.
You have to go out there and get what you want. You have the potential to be great. You have the potential to be in this industry. Do not let anyone, for 1 second, tell you you're not great.
And always know your worth. In Ellensburg, Emily Goodell, CapKVU Local News.
You can read more about Amanda's story, and over here you can read more about Amanda's story and her advice for breaking into the sports industry on our website, yaktrinews.com. Fantastic. We love it when folks come and talk to the
Absolutely.
students.
It's always good to hear from somebody in the field. You think back to hearing people in the journalism field when you were
Sure.
younger, and it just kind of lights that fire, right?
Absolutely, 100%.